This is my NBA playoffs preview, and I'm going to give you guys my predictions for the first round. And I'm going to start with the Eastern Conference. So let's get started. For the first matchup, the Heat versus Bucks. That's the 1-8. I have the Heat in 5, and it's really simple. The Heat, they're clearly more talented, so really all they have to do is go out and play playground basketball. Key matchups for that are going to be Wade versus Ellis, Bosh versus Sanders, and Jennings versus Chalmers. I don't think that LeBron is a key matchup because nobody can guard him, so there's really no need to talk about that. But I do think that the Bucks can get one maybe at home. They gave them a little trouble in the regular season, but it's a whole new season right now. So the Heat in 5. Right, for the second matchup in the East, we have the Knicks versus Celtics. That's a 2 versus 7 matchup. And I'm taking the Knicks in 7. I think it's going to be the most highly anticipated first round matchup in this year's playoffs because you have two very good teams and the Celtics that really don't deserve to be a 7 seed. I don't think Melo will allow his team to lose in the first round again, and he'll be clutch all series. But the fact that Doc Rivers is such a good coach, it'll keep him in the series until Game 7. Losing a series by one game is really not a big deal. It's going to be hard fought, and I think the key matchups for that one are Melo versus Pierce, Garnett versus Chandler, and Avery Bradley versus either J.R. Smith or Raymond Felton. I think Avery Bradley's the best on-ball defender in the league. He'll give Raymond Felton a few problems running that pick and roll with Chandler, but nobody can stop Melo on the Celtics, and that's going to be the key. The third matchup in the East, the Pacers versus Hawks. I'm taking the Pacers in 6. They're the top defensively efficient team in the league, so I think that they're going to stifle what little offense the Hawks have. I don't see how the matchups favor the Hawks in any way. Key matchups for that one are Roy Hibbert versus Al Horford, David West versus Josh Smith. But then, who is going to guard Paul George? It can't be Josh Smith. Well, you can't take Josh Smith off David West because he'll kill anybody else. But you can't leave Paul George alone because he's an all-star and he'll kill anyone else. So really, it's going to be semi-cakewalk for the Pacers. Pacers in 6. Last matchup in the East, Bulls versus Nets. That's a 4-5 matchup. I got the Bulls in 7. Maybe Derrick Rose will be back. Who knows? If not, I still think they'll take it. They're a very gritty defensive team. A lot of D. Will and Joe Johnson will give the Bulls a little bit of problems, which will force the series to 7. Key matchups for this Bulls-Nets series. I think the Bulls will put Jimmy Butler on Darren Williams and kind of neutralize him. And then you got Luol Deng left to guard Joe Johnson. I think Joe Johnson will have a little advantage because he has a quickness factor over Luol Deng. And then you have Brook Lopez on Joakim Noah, which will neutralize him. And that'll open the way for somebody like Nate Robinson for the Bulls to come in and kind of win the series. But it will be a 7-game series, and I'm taking the Bulls.